So in the previous unit, we learned how to graph linear functions and how to find the equation of linear functions. So there is a reason why we learned that. Is because anytime we have two lines, right, and these two lines, they're going to intersect unless I have parallel lines. So the only time that they will not intersect is if I have parallel lines. We talked about before about that. If I have two other lines, no matter what the lines are, other than parallel, they're going to meet at some point, right? So we're going to have to figure out when these two graphs or when these two lines meet, okay? There's different methods that we can do for that point of intersection. One of the methods that we're going to cover right now is called the method of graphing, okay? So we know how to graph a line. Remember, when we have a line, we have the y-intercept, we start with that, then we go with the slope. So rise over run, we go up to, let's say, over 3, we find our other point, and then we can graph. Yes? Now, we have to graph both lines, and then on the same graph, and then we're going to see where the two graphs meet. So, in this case, if you look at this, we call that point where the two lines meet, that point right here, right? You see that this is where the lines meet. We call that point the point of intersection, so where the two lines meet. That point of intersection, some I as POI, right? As POI. It's also called the solution of the linear system. So here's what I have. I have two equations. We call them a linear system. I graph them, and I find the solution of that linear system, which means I find the point of intersection. Okay? So let's look at these examples. In this example, I already have the lines, so they're already drawn for me. They're already graphed for me. So if I'm looking for the point of intersection, it's right here. What would that point be? 2, 2, right? So the POI is 2, 2. Special about this POI is that point is on both lines, right? That 2, 2 is on the yellow line, and that 2, 2, that point, is also on the red line, right? So that's why it's a special point, and it's where the 2 points meet. So I have two lines here, so this line and this line. Where do these 2 points meet? So this is the point of intersection. What is this point? What's the value of this point?
-4.
So where's the x value? So x is this one,
5.
which is 5, and then the y is -4. Remember, alphabetical order, x, y. So in this case, it's 5 and -4. Point of intersection for this one. What's the value? -3, so the x value first, so that's -3 and 5. So here's a question for you. So both the Girl Guide and boys are hiking through Algonquin Park. The Girl Guides are traveling in a direction that is represented by the equation y equals 2x plus 3. The Boy Scout are traveling in a direction that is represented by the equation y equals -x minus 3. Find the coordinates of the point where their path will cross. So what do I want to do here? I have to graph, right? So I'm going to start by graphing the first one. To graph the first one, which is y equals 2x plus 3, where do I start? Where do I start to graph this? The y-intercept, which is 3, right? Remember that this is your y-intercept, so we're going to start with that. So my y-intercept at 3. And then what does my slope tell me? Up 2 over, where's the 2?
Oh, sorry,
Up 2 over 1, right? If there is no denominator, it's over 1, okay? So for this one, your rise is 2, your run is 1. So up 2, so that's 1, 2, over 1. Can I fit another point if I want to go up 2? Yeah. If I want to go up 2, it's going to be above, right? Yeah. But if I go down 2, so that's 1, 2 down. Which way do I go over? I have to go over this way because I'm going in the opposite direction, right? Because if I end up here, this is not going to form a line, sorry, right? It doesn't make sense. So you see that now I can just graph that line. Now to indicate what line it is, you should write the equation on the line, okay? So you should write on the line y equal 2x plus 3. Are we okay with this? Now I'm going to have to graph the second line. So the second line, y equal negative x minus 3. So where do I start? At negative 3, which is my y-intercept. So it's right here. And then what does negative 1 stand for? For this one. Like what do I do? So I can go up 1 to the left 1, but if I want to go to the right, what do I do? I go down. So there's 2 ways that you can go for this. If you're going to go down 1, you go 1 to the right. Okay, because I'm already going down in the negative, so down 1 over 1. But if you're going to go up 1, you're going to have to go to the left. Okay, up 1 to the left. Up 1 to the left. Okay. If I want to go down 1, then I go to the right. You see how my points are lining up? Write the equation next to the line. Do you see where the 2 lines intersect? Yeah. Where is it? Negative 2, negative 1. So this is where the point of intersection is. Right? And that is at negative 2, negative 1. So what happened if when I drew my points, I did not see where the 2 lines intersect? What if I I just drew my line short and they did not intersect? What can I do to overcome this? Keep going, right? You can extend your line. Remember that your line can be extended as much as you want as long as it's a straight. You're not moving sideways. Okay? Are you guys okay with this? Understanding which way to go for the slope is very important. Knowing that because my slope is -1, that means if the slope is -1, that means I go down 1 and then right 1. Or I can go up 1 and to the left 1 because I have a negative. Okay? It's very important to understand this. You either have to go down and right or up and left because it's negative. If it's positive, you go up and right or down and left because two negatives makes a